Hey guys, it's Mrs. Autry. Hope you're doing well. I'm so excited to do this project with you today. The first thing we're going to do is create a line design chart. I want you to follow along and do these lines with me. First one I started with here is a straight line. I want you to use whatever supplies you have. I'm going to do rainbow colors as I go. You can either choose to do that or choose something else. It's completely up to you. Next is a zigzag line. So I do want you to follow these same lines and just practice them with me as we go. But again, you can use either marker, crayon, or any type of supplies that you have, either at home or at school in front of you. Next is a wavy line. Make sure you go all the way from one side of your paper over to the other. You can mix it up and use different supplies also. You could do a little marker, a little crayon, colored pencil. You could paint it also, which would be great. The next one is a lightning line, up and over to look like lightning strikes. I want you to try to keep this chart somewhere where you can use it throughout the year when we're talking about line and line design, that you can reference it, which means look at it as we do other projects. The next line is a dashed line. Just little dashes going across the paper as you go. They can be short or long. Next, choose another color, or maybe all you have is pencil. That's fine too. Do a loop-to-loop line. Up and around, up and around, up and around, all the way over, across the page. The next line is a wave line, and it also kind of looks like a shark's fin as you go up to a point and come back down. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do a dotted line, just dots across the paper as you go. Remember that if you're using a marker, not to press down and stamp with it. Actually color in the little circles, the little dots as you go. And the last one I'm going to do is a scalloped line. You can either go down or upward with it. It just kind of, you're making little bubbles, little rainbows as you go across your page. Okay, so hang on to this and keep it somewhere safe. And remember that line is one of our 7 elements of art. And nice job. We're going to go ahead and move on to a little practice project using line and line design. This is going to be a line design hand. You're going to first trace your hand, and I made the mistake of using marker. You may not want to use marker because I still have it on my hand. You could probably, crayon may be a little bit better. You can go ahead and use marker if you would like. It's totally up to you. Black is best, but if you just have pencil or whatever you have in front of you is fine also. After you've traced your hand, I want you to use black if you have it. If not, whatever you have is fine. And I want you to create sections inside of your hand, however you would like. Just have fun with this. Be creative. Use your imagination. Use the creative side of your brain to come up with fun and interesting line designs. I went ahead and got out a Sharpie marker because I like how it looks a little bit better. It's just a little easier to use. So if you have one, that's great. And if not, that's okay too. I am using diagonal lines here, horizontal lines, and I'm just creating sections in each of the fingers and across the hand and wrist. You can use straight lines, zigzag lines, wavy lines. I would love to see you come up with some own line designs also. They do not have to be ones that we did on our chart. They could be anything you can think of. I would really love to see your creativity with this. So just as you go, you're filling in all the way around the hand, the wrist, and the fingers, whatever comes to mind. I don't want you to do the same thing that I'm doing. I want you to just try to have fun with it. It should be relaxing. It should be enjoyable, and I don't want you to stress. So just take your time as you go and fill it in all the way around. I honestly didn't do quite as many as I could. I could fill this thing up even more, but I just kind of filled in as much as I could, and I want you to do as much as you can as well. I used black primarily, which means mostly black, If you want to do just all black and white, I'm completely fine with that. It looks really neat. But if you would like to go ahead and add in some color, you can do that as well. Again, you can use marker or crayon or colored pencil, oil pastel, paint would be cool. So if you want to go ahead and go in and add a little bit of color to it, that would be great as well. Just kind of fill in those spaces as you go. Fill it up as much as you can. And don't forget that when you do finish creating your line design hand, I would like for you to either take a picture or take a video of yourself and post it to the discussion so that we can all check it out and see what you've done. Nice job. Have a great day, guys.